Hi everyone, it's Stu here from 3B, and today I'm going to be talking about this, the PS5 controller. Well, no, this isn't the PS5 controller, obviously it's the PS4 controller. But the PS5 controller isn't really that different. And let me explain. And I'm sure you've probably heard a lot about the new PS5 controller essentially not being fundamentally different to the old PS4 controller, but there are some key differences which I'm really pleased about, because I do have a lot of things I'm particularly not fond of with the PS4 controller, and quite a few things that I like about the Xbox One controller, which I believe is a better controller. But let's just briefly cover the new PS5 controller, which is basically this but a bit fatter. Some of the key things are that they've got rid of the light bar, and it's not really used that much, is it? I've not had any games where I've really paid much attention, if any attention, to it. But it will be interesting is that there are some VR games, I believe, that use the light bar. I could be wrong, but I'm sure I've played some PSVR games that actually used the light bar. They've kept the touch bar thing, the touch button thing, but they're not actually saying if it's still this touch sensitive material, aspect of the button, or whether that's an OLED. I wouldn't be surprised if they've changed that into being an OLED display. That would be really cool, but that's actually not mentioned in the patent. There's a USB-C instead of the micro USB, and a headphone, just a simple headphone jack instead of that nonsense that's going on. But one of the key things, or two of the key things that I'm really keen about is I've always found the PS4 controller to be too small, and they've made it broader. So this is a bit fatter around here, so the actual grip and feel of it. And also apparently they've made the buttons a bit bigger as well. Again, that's one of my key sort of hates, is that I get very sore playing the PS4 because it's just the buttons don't seem, I always end up catching the hard edge on these buttons. So the question is, it's kind of more really like the Xbox One X controller, which is a bit fatter, designed more for Western hands and mitts, and just feels that much more comfortable. So I think they've taken some of the, they've given it some steroids and fattened it up a bit and given it more of an Xbox One X, Xbox One controller feel, but with some aspects from the old PS4 controller. But what is really interesting is what they're going to do with this. They're saying it's still there, but they're not saying what is in here. My guess is that it will be some form of OLED display. Nothing fancy, but just some sort of information that they can relate to the player. Maybe a little mini map or whatever. It's whatever the developers want it to be, but I think that would be an incredibly cool thing. And OLED displays aren't hugely expensive now, and they could just incorporate that in the PS5 controller. That would make the controller really exciting and really stand out. I'd be very disappointed if they've just kept this. That would be dull and boring, and nobody would want that. So let me know your thoughts. Do you like the new PS5 controller? I know it's just, you're just getting schematics and everything, but it does give quite a bit away. What do you think the button is going to be? Is it just going to be what it is already, or do you think, much like me, that it's going to be something fancy and glorious? Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not already. That'd be wonderful. Give me a thumbs up if you feel like it. And if you have subscribed, don't forget to click that bell, because you just don't get alerted otherwise when I've done a video like this. Okay, have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.